All right, welcome back to episode number 3 of this DBL podcast with Peter, brought to you by Silverian Sportswear. Today we got two very special guests, Gamr and Dustin, also known as Exotic. Please introduce yourselves.
What's up?
Hi.
That's it. Okay. So you're both on Pennsylvania this season. Right now you guys seem to be like kind of unhappy with how your team is. Do you guys want to explain just your experiences so far?
Yeah. I have this right now, Gamr. How do I put it? Well, I mean, right now it's just me and Gamr. Let's be honest here. Like, I'm just gonna point out the elephant. There's no one else on the team. Like, when I'm walking out on the mound, I look behind me. I only see one motherfucker, probably in right field. Like, I'm being blunt with you. It's nothing special. It's nothing special out there. And it doesn't help that I'm batting 10th.
Y'all's draft was kind of
Yeah.
Gamr first round was a solid pick, but even then, I feel like your team owner could have taken like Alexander or Bobbert, honestly, before you.
That's how I felt. Like during the draft, the whole time I was like, all right, I'm going to a different team. Like there's no way Pennsylvania's taking me. Okay, and then I got to the third. Like I didn't get any notification. I didn't get any DMs from the owner. I didn't get anything. So right when I got picked, I'm like why the fuck did you just take me with that pick?
I was kind of confused because like you were obviously good in season 20. Like I was looking at everyone's stats. You were doing good, and like you're a solid player. But like I don't think you're a third pick overall type.
No,
of player.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Probably not even a first round player. Like.
Yeah, I would say early second round,
yeah.
But again, they overvalued me, so I have to live with it.
So like right off the bat of Pennsylvania's draft, their team was already falling apart.
Basically, yeah, because we already had Tay Duck arguing in our team chat, which he was our second round pick, which that was probably a terrible mistake
I don't know,
to make.
bro. When that happened, I was like, "What is happening, bro?"
It was just, I was in a bad state. Like at first, it was just me. Like Exotic wasn't even there yet during the draft.
Didn't Exotic sign with y'all afterwards?
Yes,
yeah.
What was going through your head to sign, bro? Did you not look at the roster of this team first?
You see, a little bit of persuasion from previous, how do I put it? Someone that was on the show named Name Player. He was like, yo, people have been asking about you, man. You've been gone for a while. I think it's time to bring out the fucking towel. Like, going for another round. And I said you can sign the pen and basically carry him. So I just said I added Costa in general. I said sign me. I didn't look at the roster. I didn't know who's on the roster. All I knew, I'm out here to fucking hit bombs.
Was it Pennsylvania your team back? Like, didn't you create that franchise?
Honestly, back in season 18, I brought up the idea because me and Alex Toon were bringing up the idea of what team we should do. And Pennsylvania was thrown around because we're building a stadium for a new team. Yeah. Then me and him kind of took it there. We kind of took it to the Crown Series. Like, that was a fun series versus, like, KC. I was probably sweating my ass off, nervous in the batter's box with my 13-year-old head ass. But, like, sitting there, like, yeah, I'm kind of like the father figure because Alex Toon, he hasn't been on the team in, like, years now. Like, so it's basically been like my team, kind of.
I mean, I know you built the stadium and everything, but from what I remember, you like kind of owned the team, didn't you? Like it was basically just your team.
It was basically my team. I was the AM. Alex Toontown actually owned it.
I mean, I always related the franchise to you, honestly. Just. I don't know.
You carried.
I mean, that's everybody. Like, when you think of, like, name player, you think of Detroit Bulls. Well, that's Charlie, but we digress. Like, Aces, you think of Nora or you. Aliens, you think of, like, Buzzchow, maybe. So
aliens,
there's always people.
Bro, honestly, Aliens, I think of Chris. Aces, I think of Chris. Chris, like,
I'm gonna agree with Peter on that point. Because I played with
the Los Angeles Aliens, and that was was like my first experience with next gen before I entered into EIBL rookie season, and that probably was my best experience I've had on a team in a while. Probably.
I mean, personally for me, after DBL ended, I kind of was lost. I didn't know where we were going because like DBL died quickly. It was like
Yeah.
right after season 18, it died.
That was
And so-
partially because of me though, giving the tools.
We
to
don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Keep that on the rug. No, like when EIBL was starting, like I was so confused on what we were doing. Like, and through time, it obviously became the bigger league, and I'm not gonna get into it.
And now DBL's back and EIBL is done for.
Pretty
It's
much.
Remember all those times Robbie said sit?
over.
Well, sit right back at him. You can sit the fuck down in Canada.
Hey, I guarantee you he's gonna watch this and comment like rent
Rent-free in my head. Yeah, rent-free in
He's
your
gonna
head.
say
Rent-free in
something
your
like
head.
He commented
Hey,
on the
bro.
first video and said that. He said
I
rent-free.
already saw, dude.
Did
I
you
already
see my
saw
reply?
that. I mean, yeah, thank you very much.
He kept me banned for over a year. That's how much that's how much I'm always in his head. He changed my name in the award list. He changed it from fucking Incubus to lAmDustin. From Superfly to lAmDustin.
He actually changed it.
Yes,
Yes,
So
if you
wait,
guys
that
look
means
right now.
that means he was looking up your username, bro.
He always looked me up, bro. When I played HWB back in May of 2019, he always was looking at me. Always looking at what I was playing.
Bruh.
he stalks. I just can't.
I whole ass got a lease in his mine. Like his mine, I got a lease on that.
All right. This is the DBL podcast. Let's try to stay away. From
Yeah.
EIBL.
Let's stay away from that.
I wanna take it through like the heads of like both of your heads of the first spring training game. I wanna take everyone like to that, and I want y'all to just like explain that game. I guess Exotic. How were you feeling about that the whole time through? I mean,
You want us to-
you were pitching with like no fielders, and then gave up like 3 home runs.
You want to know how that went? You know, I was running a little bit late. I'm not gonna lie on that. I'm not gonna bring it up. But so we get into the game. I'm obviously batting 10th. Gamr's batting 6th. So we already know it's over for the lineup. I'm just going out there like, okay, it's been a year. Let's see if I can still even pitch. I mean, first inning, I'm finally giving up 1 home run. Like that's expected.
Yeah, it's just 1 run.
Yeah, I'm like, then I got 3 ground outs. It's like, okay, came right back at him. Basically got a 5-pitch inning. So, going into it, after the first, I kind of knew it was over. I kind of knew it. Like, I was thinking in the back of my head, but I'm trying to stay positive. Like, I'm not sure Gamr knew it at the time, but once I saw 3 infield outs to Zill, like, don't get me wrong, Zill's, like, Hall of Famer, but...
Yeah. But he's rusty.
It's still
He's out of his
he's-
prime. He's way
He
out.
was way out of his prime. I mean, like, that's the thing. When you see 3 ground outs, you're like, oh no. Oh no, this isn't going to end well. So, I mean, you can kind of tell over the time the game went on, it just got worse.
Zilla,
really
bro, Zilla had a perfect game through like 3 innings.
It was 5.
5? Oh, yeah. 5 innings.
We're not going to bring up how that
He
ended.
hasn't-
I'm pretty...
Bro, he hasn't pitched in like years, bro. How do y'all?
Hey. I was the first person to hit it out of the infield,
True.
but I was still out.
Didn't you hit a homer though? Late?
Yeah. It's the next at bat after Gamr got on.
Yeah, Gamr broke up. Of course, Gamr breaks up the perfect game, and you hit the homer.
Like, that's how it works on this team. Like,
Just how it is. Just how it is.
Carrying Pennsylvania.
like, I'll be honest, I was kind of even saying it during the game. I was telling them when I was throwing a mid, so they had to wait. They had to just wait and swing right, so it would be gone every time. The second part is, if it even hit to like left field, that's not gonna end well. Like, I'm not gonna bring up his name. It's like Voldemort. Don't speak of his name. But those throws, all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He obviously missed accuracy.
Did y'all
I'm
think
just saying
at
that.
any point that you could have come back?
Ever.
Was there any thought in your
There was a point actually.
you thought maybe there was a chance?
But yeah,
At the end of the top of the first when it was 1-0.
I guess, yeah.
that's a fair point.
Your coaches got to make some changes, bro. Make some trades or something.
I'm gonna take this one because I have been talking to K-Bummy, whatever the fuck his name is.
Costa?
Yeah, whatever. We'll go with that. But anyways, I was talking to him after the game, and I already mentioned this to Dustin. He already knows. But I was talking to him a whole probably about an hour and 30 minutes or something like that. It's over messages though. And this man was he was digging himself into a hole. When I mean digging himself into a hole, he might have just buried his own grave. He might have just dug his own grave. Because he was telling me, oh yeah, the pieces, we're gonna make pieces and you guys we're gonna build foundations. And I'm like, dude, what, we're not gonna be able to do this. You're gonna
Dude, does it okay, I don't think people understand it's extremely hard to rebuild on next gen because owners
exactly
will not give up good players no matter what. You
exactly
try to trade for Alex Toontown in his prime, you're gonna need to give up the top 5
Your
best
whole
players
team.
in the game
your whole team.
for that.
Yeah,
Team owners will not give up good players.
and that's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, dude, you're not going to be trying to, because he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw all these role players at this team, and I'm going to throw role players at that team. I'm going to pick up this star player, that star player. I'm like, dude, that's not how it's going to work. You're going to have to give up to let up. You're going to have to do something. I was trying to tell him, dude, you're going to have to make a decision. If you want to let me and Exotic just go and try to rebuild this team for yourself, as a good team owner should, you got to make some really good moves. I told him, you are sinking your own ship by doing this move. You're sinking your own ship. You need someone to get on a boat and to go send for help. That help will come back for you and rebuild that fucking ship. That's the analogy I gave him.
I feel like he needs to, if I was in his position, I'd probably trade y'all for, not necessarily rookies, but young players that are underrated. I would trade for hella underrated players.
Okay. Now, I'm going to bring up this point. He told me who the player was traded for. I think you know, Peter. He brought up that, there was a certain trade that Robert was going to be traded for both me and... Yeah. He told me about that trade. I'm just going to leave it at that. But he was like, oh, I was listening to the trade. I'm like, dude, this is an actual good trade. You might be able to turn around a team with this. And he's like, well, you see, I want to build a foundation. I'm like, dude, that's not going to work again. You're not going to be building a foundation around it.
Doesn't work like that.
I was trying to tell him, there's no way with these owners nowadays, you're not going to be able to get by with just throwing role players at a team owner and hoping, hey, let's bring a star in. Yeah, let's bring a star. Let's get an MVP. Let's win a chip. No, I've been through this long enough. I've been a team owner in EIBL. I've been through the shit. I've been in the trenches before. It's not fun. It's not fun being on a team that just crashes and burns.
The only team, this is just something I just thought about. The only team that has ever been able to pull off a full rebuild and almost win a championship is I think season 10 or season 9 Tyrants of EIBL.
I agree.
They were 5-10. I made a mistake of trading Choate to them, and Choate came back in the playoffs and hit 2 home runs against us.
Yes. I was a part of that. I was a part of that rebuild.
That's one of the only times I've seen a team actually be able to rebuild and almost win a championship.
Because I remember that season. That season was probably one of the best rebuilding seasons I've ever seen in EIBL, and I'm gonna be honest with that.
Whoa, wait. You're forgetting something.
I mean, that's
Peter,
reg for you. That's reg for you. Reg is a good owner.
Exotic
He's
in my
able-
history, not your history.
look, you're forgetting a very dear team. Peter, you were around at this time. You remember back in season 16 when Side Talks was owning that Detroit team with Reg, and it was named player. I think Buzz Chow, Side Talks, regular. They're just destroying the league. There's one team. They're like 3 and maybe I don't even know 3-5. They were really low though. They're like 1-5. That's the season 16 KC when they had Zill when he was actually relevant. So
when he was actually relevant.
and if you guys remember this name, Philadox, he was around, and I got released, and so I was like, wait, what? Why are you not signed? He picks me up, and we go perfect in the playoffs. We still lost, but that's one of the
Okay,
also
to be fair, you were released. I'm saying with trades, like Reg traded for Choate, and then Choate came back and hit homers against us in the playoffs.
Because that was the same season. I went to the Tyrants, and they flipped me. Like they flipped me after one game, and they traded me away. I went to I forget what team it was, but I think it was either the Vancouver Eagles or I think it was the Vancouver Eagles. Yeah, it was the Vancouver Eagles I got traded to. It was just, and then I went shit. Like I batted like what? Didn't I bat like 186 or something like that? I was just chicken shit. Like I was just chicken shit.
Another thing is, honestly, being on the like team owner philosophy kinda. In next gen, every season, teams get shuffled around. After every season, it's not like the actual MLB. There's no contracts.
Yeah, like, okay, if it was the actual MLB, rebuilding would be completely different. You could trade, like, actual, like...
Star talent.
Like, you could trade, like, King Swift. He's not, like, an elite player, but from what I've seen, he has extreme potential.
Yes.
And, like,
definitely,
he could be traded with some other prospects for a star player if someone's trying to rebuild.
Exactly.
Yeah, and these owners know that though. They know like I have one season they get a ring. I'm most likely not going to get these picks because if they're really good, guess what? 4 guys that should have been like 4 guys they drafted in the draft, they might all be first rounders next season. Like that's the luck of the draw. And knowing that as a previous owner, I've made like the Platinum Series multiple times. It's the teams that have like maybe 1 to 3 really good players, like MVP quality. It's when they have those 3 teams, like 3 players, and then after that they have a supporting cast of like example MLB The Show 20, like in Battle Royale. If you get one of those silver players that like hit bombs, if you get those type of players, you're probably gonna win the world. You're probably gonna win the like Crown Series or Platinum Series.
Yeah, I feel like the only way you're gonna really be able to rebuild is if you take like risks with your team. Like you have to just kind of trust young players that you think have potential. You have to turn them around and kind of help them to get elite for like the second half of the season. Like Choate was an example. He was a meme in NCAA. And then he comes over to EIBL and Tony kind of like turns him into this elite, almost elite player in one season.
Yeah, but Reg also has a renowned shit for being a good owner. Yeah. I mean, look at season 12 and season 13 when he had the Tyrants. That wasn't fun.
He knows. I'm gonna give Reg credit. He knows how to rebuild a team, and he knows how to properly coach his team. He knows what players play where. He knows when to hit them and what situations to put them in. And that's why in season 20 for DBL, that's why he was able to win it as the underdog against the Aliens. He was able to come out of that Alien series and win it. The Aliens had like an upper advantage. They had multiple All-Stars, home run hitters and Andes, and I believe Peter and Shrill. And they still managed to beat out the best team in the league, which, again, I wasn't there for like the finals, but we're just not going to talk about that. But yeah, I mean, again, you have to give him props where props is due. He's definitely a Hall of Fame team owner. I don't know about player. You might have to argue for that. I would give him Hall of Fame team owner. He's one of the best team owners out there.
Early in his career, he might be Hall of Fame because you weren't around. me and Peter both know this. When he owned season 13 and season 12 Tyrants, Ghosty Senju, he was like the best pitcher in the league.
Facts.
There's another dude who was also busted on his team. He could develop pitchers, and they'd carve up the league.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did in the IBL too. He had pitchers that he trained, and they just carved up the league again.
And Tony himself is like a solid pitcher, so like he has one pitcher already covered. He just has to trade or sign one more pitcher, and he's set.
Exactly.
I wanted to bring up this point. I don't know if you brought it, but like Costa said, I don't hate him. I love him, actually. Like, he was on my team season 1. He was on my team season 3. He's always been a good supporting piece. I believe you're throwing him into an ownership spot. DJ Dude Coolness is inactive. Like, if I got my way, I would have been released before a preseason game. Because I asked DJ, trade me, and he never responded to me. I would have been traded if I got my way. But he never responded.
I actually DM'd DJ and like was talking about trades, and the only way he would trade is if I were to get Buzz and give Buzz to him. And like,
Okay.
Hunter's not giving up Buzz, dude. There's no.
Well, Hunter's not giving up Buzz ever.
I mean, for me personally, looking at the league, Bus is good, definitely. Like, he's a great outfielder. But I've noticed this over time. He's off and on. That's what I've realized from him. He's off.
For the most part, he's an elite player. But there are some seasons that I've seen where he like hits like under 300 even. Like.
Yeah.
Like, I love Buzz. I've had him on my team a lot. He's a great personality to be around. But like, he's off and on. Like, he has mostly on seasons, but you definitely have those like. He just goes out. He doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Like, in this time of like next gen, it's advanced. Like, go back to like 2018 when EIBO was first starting up. Back then, the way to win games is to have that low lineup. Have those good hitters always come up. Always come up and hit like being
6-player teams. Nowadays we have like 10-player teams, but like those 6-player teams were like. That's what you like the most.
Yeah, if you had like 6 players and all of them really good, or at least solid, they'll carve up the team. They'll carve up the league. Like, that's how I got to the Platinum Series Season 1 and Season 3. Because I could rely on those 6-player teams. Things are different now. I don't know if I even could be an owner anymore. Because, honestly, I wouldn't be able to get those players. And also probably because I've been gone for a year. But we don't talk about that. But I do agree. Like, everything now, it's different. It's timing now. Like, you'll see the players, like, if they're good right now, they'll probably be consistently good unless it's like a ball change or like a bat swing change.
If DJ or Costa were to actually like get a trade done, where do y'all think you would go, and where do you want to go?
I'll go first on this topic. So, I've been on Hunter's team before. I've played with Hunter before, but I want to rerun with Hunter or DJ. I've been on Hunter's team, but I've never been on DJ's team ever. But I know for a fact if I go on DJ's team, I'm not going to be that front player. I'm not going to be that player that's going to be trusted in games. And that's why I've been thinking like maybe I should just think about trying to go to a slightly better team. But not like a super filled team, like maybe the Aces or Hunter's team, like those teams that aren't filled necessarily yet. And like, that's just what I want. Now, I don't know. They could just fucking stab me in the back and trade me to somewhere else that I hate, or I just didn't want, or just trade for shit. So, just my opinion, though.
Personally for me, I've been around the league, like looking at the owners right now. Hunter, I've played with. I assume he'd want me. I mean, the thing is, with these teams, like I might love the owners, like DJ. Luck of the draw. Acosta signed me, not even DJ. He thought I was still. I believe I'm not as toxic as I was. I could be dead wrong, but besides the point, I know Nora wouldn't have a problem with me. DJ, the only problem I have, like I like DJ. I've been on his team. He has a very good philosophy of when he's playing batters and stuff. He even pitches himself, so there's one pitcher covered. The one thing is like I'm not gonna name the player, but a player on that team would not want to be on that team. It'd just be an argument every time, and it wouldn't work. Like I'd love to go to Daytona, definitely, but there's a lot of guys I love on that team. But there's that one player that if I know I get on, it's gonna be a really bad problem. Like I'm just gonna go to the teams. Like personally for me, I wouldn't mind going to like Detroit or Aces because I know I could fill a spot and I'd be really good there. So that's, I mean, I guess Bulls personally for me, I wouldn't have a problem on that team.
Well, I hope your team owner is watching this. Maybe he'll actually let y'all.
No. Yeah, no.
And you're funny. You're funny. Like I'm laughing right now.
I might actually be laughing. It's not even funny anymore.
I don't know. They're like dead set on just keeping y'all.
Okay, I wouldn't say dead set because he did tell me if we do if the whole team does terrible the first game of the season, he's just gonna say fuck it and trade us. That's what he told me. I mean, of course I'm not gonna sell and try to be like, oh look, error. Like no, I'm gonna try to actually play my heart out and try to show like, yo, I got potential. Can you fucking trade me, please? like. That's how I'm gonna try to go into this game. I'm gonna go into this game guns blazing. I don't care who the fuck that pitcher is. I'm gonna fucking probably beat his ass with the bat. To be honest, I might just beat his ass. Warning and just get out of there.
Oh yeah, I agree definitely. Like, you think I'm just here to have fun, and like when I come out to the plate, it doesn't matter really who it is. All I know, if I get in a favorable count, I'm gonna do what I did against Zill and hit it out. Like that's when I come out to the plate, I'm trying to hit a home run. I want to hear my fucking sweet spot sound.
I feel like everyone wants to hear their sweet spot every time.
I mean, definitely, like, and you can change it if you buy the custom pack. Like, you know how many memes...
Go cop that custom pack so I can make some money.
Put a plug in middle podcast. Yeah, good job. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play my hardest, and whether I'm pitching or not, like, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try to win, but like. I can do so much. This is like a team game. This isn't like pick up. Well, maybe this could work, but pick up 3 hitters and expect them to win with a fielding team. I was gonna say it that can't field. Like that's like hoping like that you can outscore them with those 3 hitters. But then you also have to realize those 3 hitters they make up only 33% of the lineup. You have 6 outs that are free outs, and those hitters are most likely either going to get like 2 at bats per game.
And like they're not. I keep stuttering. They're not going to hit 1,000. So like obviously they're probably going to go like 1 for 2, because good hitters hit 500. So like they're not going to be able to get that RBI every time. You're going to have other players that can help.
Yeah, they're not guaranteed a home run every time. Like, yeah, you can have a player that's really good at stealing, but you also can have a player that hits home runs really well.
Yeah.
But those 3 right there, you gotta hope that they generate 3 runs each time they're coming through. If they don't, well, you gotta hope, because like, I'm not a good pitcher anymore. I'm being honest. I've been gone for a year. I can fix my hitting all I want, but experience is what's going to be able to form my pitching again. Like if I pitch probably again, I'm going to at least 3 runs per game. Like Daytona, it gave me a kind of a wake up call. Like I could hold them for like maybe 2 innings, but once I realized like they start hitting like maybe some like they start like lining up some stuff, and like they start going to like fielders. I just gotta hope. That's all I can do. I gotta hope because I can't field everything. I can't field the whole infield.
I want to talk about this one play I made because they thought they could make like they thought they could hit like this kind of hit. I think Dustin knows what play I'm going to talk about. It was probably one of my best plays I've done in my career, and basically I think it was Zilla. Yeah, I think it was Zilla batting. And he decides to try to test, I think, right field line. So he hits it. It goes straight to me. And then X wide on third base was trying to tag up to go home. So I caught the ball and waited. X wide was waiting on me, and then he just ran.
Oh, I think I
He
remember
tried,
this.
and he tried to gun for it. And all I did was just launch that bitch all the way to home plate. And then he tried to Superman over Dustin, which again
Oh
he
yeah, I
jumped.
remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like, that was probably the best fielding play of the game. I'm being a
And
little
of
bit
course, it was
biased.
made by you, of course.
Yeah, I'm being a little bit biased by that, but it might have been one of the best fielding games because it was.
I don't know what you mean, bro. I don't know what you mean.
Hey,
Like,
exotic. Hey. I'm just saying, y'all obviously carry, but fielding you really carry. The one inning, exotic made all 3 outs by himself. The only other
That is
person
very
included in
true.
those plays was the first baseman catching the ball.
all he had to do was just stand there.
I know.
I was scared of the VC. I think Gamr remembers this. I was scared that he'll like stutter step or something. It'll fly into the stands.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like try to juke out the fucking baseball like he's a running back. Come on, man. Like that's how scared I was with this team. Like at the beginning, like when it was like 2-0 maybe in the third, I was like, okay, like an easy roller, I'll let the shortstop take it. I saw that offline throw and I was like, oh no, that's going into the stands. The first baseman saved it. I have respect for like Doug, whoever that he was over there. I respect that he stayed through the game, like to see how it ended, and like he saved some plays, but some of them they were beyond saving.
Like, I don't know. The thing that I feel like one of the things that sucks the most about your team is you have no real pitchers. Like you have exotic, but even then you haven't pitched in like how long? Like years.
Literal year.
Yeah, and you have like no one else. Maybe DJ dude, but even then, I don't know.
Personally, from what we've heard, DJ's not showing up. DJ's not showing up to any game. His work schedule doesn't allow it. So we gotta hope me, Gamr maybe, Tyrese, that we can maybe pitch. Like, I believe like every game we're gonna have to hope, pray that we can like until we're traded maybe that we can score more than them.
Wait, y'all got Tyrese?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Me and
mean,
Dustin.
That helps.
It helps as much as it can.
Yeah. What is it with Alex getting owners that work? Like Chris, he works like afternoon sometimes, and he can't make a lot of games. DJ dude, he can't make like any games. Like, what is this?
I mean, it's whatever. That's when you put the hands into the AM and just hope they know what they're doing.
Honestly, I mean, Costa's not dumb. He knows what he's doing. I feel like he's just there's some things he needs to like get better at.
He's uptight. He's very uptight, as in he won't be careless with his players. Like he won't like fling him into the next dimension for a trade. Like, he'll try to hold on to his stars the most he can. I think I know deep down he knows like shit. I'm gonna have to trade these two. Like I can't do it. And he already told me he knows that eventually he's gonna have to do this. Like he's gonna have to make that decision. I told him, well, you're gonna have to make it soon because the way that preseason game went and how many trash players started making errors and just fucking struck out.
Yeah.
Like
No, I don't even think we struck out. I think they just hit ground outs. Like
Yeah.
I was scared. After the first inning, you want to know what I saw? Ground out, ground out, ground out. Oh, wait. Ground out. I saw, foul home run. Ground out, ground out, ground out, ground out. And then Gamr, I hit one into the outfield. Like, the first hit out of the infield. That wasn't a weak grounder. I still got gunned, but, like, after that, Gamr came up, hit a like, a cheap shot into left field. I hit a home run. That's
no. Gamers, I'm pretty sure Gamers wasn't yours like a grounder down the left field line.
Yeah. So basically, I was in the VC with Dustin. Well, it was only us two in the VC the whole time. So who gives a shit?
Who else would?
Yeah, who gives a shit? But anyways, so I was telling Dustin, I'm like, dude, Dustin, there's no third base. Like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking do it. I'm just gonna cheap shot it. And Zilla gives me one right down the middle, right smack down the middle. First pitch. I turned that bitch and I aimed left field line, and that shit rolled. It rolled pretty far. It didn't stop. it rolled pretty far. It would have been a hit maybe if there was a third baseman because it was going pretty fast. I mean, he could have probably made the play, but there was no third baseman because they just had the shortstop play. I think it was like all the way by second. And I mean, again, I told Zilla, I feel bad for doing it, but at the same time, all that fucking anger from how bad our team is, sort of just led me to fucking just swing that shit down the line and just end the perfect game.
That's like one of the unwritten rules of baseball that I disagree with. Like, if someone's pitching a perfect game or a no-hitter, do you want the other team to just give up and not try to come back? Like, regardless of how far you're down. Like, people should always try to win. It's kind of like with the Tatis Jr. 3-0 hit. Like, regardless of the score, you always want to keep adding on to try to win, you know?
Yeah. That's how it was pretty much. Like, me and Dustin, we had a mindset. We wanted to try as hard as we can in this game. We wanted our outcomes to be, like, greater. We wanted our light to shine over. And then we just look at the rest of our team. The rest of our team just gave up. Half of them quit. Half of them just stayed AFK for like an inning. And so we had to make do with what we had. Then our AM, the supposed AM, just says, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to leave. You guys can win the game.
Good luck, bro. Good luck.
He says, good luck. I want you guys to win this game. And then he leaves the second inning. I'm like, bro, you're just going to leave us here? You're going to leave me and Dustin on this fucking sideline, just letting us fucking reap on this minor league team, basically, just to reap and watch us get demolished, which was what happened afterwards. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't know anymore.
Like, I DM'd Gamr this after. I was like, this meme right here, like back when LeBron was playing, I don't even remember. He was back on the Cavs.
It was when he had like the
JR.
It was the JR moment.
I saw this meme back then. So I scrolled up in like me and a friend's DMs. I said, this is how I feel right now. It's like LeBron sitting in his car at like a Burger King fucking drive-thru. He's like, can I order 14 new players?
Yeah,
like that's how it went.
Yeah, I mean, that's how me and Dustin were feeling. Then I told K-Bum to release certain people, on my word, to release those certain people because they were fucking trash and I knew it, and I don't know why we drafted them and I don't know why we signed them. And those, I'm not going to mention the players. You saw in the transactions what players they were, and those were the players I recommended to release. They all played like dog shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I'm looking through our draft, we don't even have many of our draft picks. Like, our draft picks, they're gone. They're already released. Like, we have Gamr, he's here, but let's look through it. Like, the Duck, he's on the Aliens now. Like, Ghosty, I'm pretty sure he's on the Aliens or Bulls.
Yeah, he's on the Aliens.
Like, going down, JVXZ, he's a free agent.
Wait,
Voigters,
Duck was released, and he was your second round pick, bro.
Yeah, because again, I mentioned this earlier. Duck was arguing with our coaches.
I know he was arguing, but like the point is, he was your second round pick, and you just give him up.
And the reason why is because like he's known for snitching. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's just throw we'll get that all out.
I mean,
for
let's
snitching.
Just talk about my alt and how he snitched.
Yes, exactly. That's one of them, and the other one was I'm gonna go back to EIBL only for this one time again. He was on our season 12 Atlanta team before the playoffs. He got in an argument with Psydox about his like pitching because like he was doing terrible. We were trying to train this man to be like a fucking Cy Young. This man failed at it. We even got fucking Grant. We got Grant to train fucking Tay-Duck, and he was a fucking failure. Like, he failed everything. And Psydox was trying to like give him hints, like, "Yo, dude, you got to do this, you got to do this." And then Tay-Duck started blaming other players. Like, he just pointed the finger at everyone else. And Psydox was like, "You know what? I'm done with this. We're releasing you. We're done. We're not gonna go with this." He waited until I think it was the day of the signing and trading deadline, and he released them that night, right before it.
That's just toxic, bro. That's just toxic.
I get it, but at the same time, like, dude, if you're just gonna disrespect the coaches and disrespect our players when you are the one being blamed and you are the one causing so much trouble, you can't just fucking blame everyone else and the coaches. Like, you're gonna get released like that, and then that's not even done. We're not even done. Then after that release, he started to snitch to Robbie, which this isn't true, but he tried. He tried to tell Robbie everyone on Atlanta was alting. There was alts on Atlanta, and they were running the show, and they were trying to win with that. And you could see where that went. And Robbie just sort of just shrugged it off because it was not true.
And like, I'm gonna continue to our drafting. We have 4 out of our 8 rounds. 4 of the players we drafted, we cut. Like our second round, or like I think third round as well. We just said, get out of here, you're bad. And like, that's all coaching decisions. That's their choices. Like Gamr, he's a good pick. Yeah. I'm just looking through like our draft and like I've been gone forever, so I don't have an opinion on these guys. These guys could be like fucking like millennium fucking all-stars.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
But like, I don't know these guys, so I don't have enough to form an opinion. But when I notice 4 out of the 8 of our guys are still here, that's a problem.
Definitely a big problem, and especially if those 4 out of those 5 players, Voikers, Vixel, Drew, and actually I think that and me, but and out of that selection, you only have one person who's probably your superstar and is your first round pick, and that was it. Because the rest of them, Drew, I have mad respect. I love him. I love the man to death. He's a great player. He has a great attitude. It's just like he's not there yet. I'm gonna say that he's not there yet.
Drew Channel.
Yes, Drew Channel.
Yeah.
I said this before.
Dude, he plays on mobile.
He's good on mobile. Like, people don't realize this. He's good on mobile.
I mean, I wouldn't say good. He's not like all-star level. He's like.
No, I'm gonna say this. He's role player level. He's a good role player. That's all we need.
Basically, if you need a first base,
he plays a dirty first base. He plays good at that. We even taught him how to fucking pitch when he got a PC. Of course, I don't know what happened to his PC, but I don't know. He got a new PC and then it just disappeared.
It's in the fucking void. It's in the void.
It's in the void now. Yeah, like
it's in the void with Pennsylvania's chances at a ring.
Exactly.
I swear to God, if me and Gamr leave and these dudes start going off like every fucking win, I'm gonna be pissed.
After y'all leave.
Yeah, that would just be I would be done. I would just like get up and
y'all
just
would
go.
Like, bro, I'm done with next shit.
I'm done. Like, but
I would say I'm back to retirement, bro. I'm gone.
Yeah, but again, the chances of that, I'm gonna put it at 1%.
Yeah.
I'm putting it at 1% because they need to get. Now it will increase if they can get a trade done. That's like actually a good trade for the team, but again, Costa's just trying to hold back, man. And I don't really agree with it, but we're just gonna have to sit tight and wait for it.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up, I think, for episode number 3 of this podcast. Thank you all for coming out and doing this. I appreciate it. This DBL podcast with Peter has been brought to you by Sovereign Sportswear. Go check them out. Get some merch. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.